Hey fellow compadres, it's your boys in here bringing you my newest Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi Battle. Today we're gonna have an unused tier match against Victor. It was a pretty solid match I decided to post, but before we go into a match of this sort, I have a question today. It's gonna be more of a generic one, but today's question goes like this. Who is your favorite normal type Pokemon? If you would have ever asked me this question, I would have most definitely say Slacking, because he's got stats of an Uber. He can be your greatest savior, yet your worst enemy. Depends what kind of team you face, it depends how you can handle one. And it's definitely different, and that is what makes him my favorite. Yeah, so let's give this videos from now on a bit of a goal, making stuff a bit more interesting. Let's say 200 likes under 24 hours. Can we hit that mark? That would have been awesome. I would really appreciate the support. But without further ado, let's jump it right into it and let's see what he's gonna lead with. Now in this case he's gonna lead out with Hippopotas. Oh my god, pronouncing that name quickly. Now for now we're gonna decide to go for the Toxic Spikes, because I feel like without Toxic Spike support I'm gonna get destroyed. He's got lots of Pokemon revolving around Sandstorm boost, again that benefit from the Sandstorm, but his team is most definitely weak to Roserade, so I'm gonna need to have this one in mind. I'm gonna switch out to Choice Spec Swampert, but of course nobody's gonna get fooled by this name. He's gonna decide to go for the Bug Buzz, and judging by how much that did, after it hits more than half, I was like, yeah, it's Choice Specs. You know, the irony of looking at it, me being named Choice Specs, yet this actually realizing that he is the one that is truly Choice Specs, takes me off guard, takes me out, and then I come to realize, oh god, it's Tinderlands. And I should have realized it sooner, but I didn't really focus on his ability hidden at the end, but it didn't really hit. But I should have really realized this sooner. I pretty much sacked my Ditto there. Now that I think about it, Ditto really wouldn't handle stuff all that well, just because of how his team is made. His team is mostly made that it can kind of handle each other. It's kind of weird. Porygon, Regirock can handle it and set up. So I feel like Ditto, okay, maybe it was a bad fodder. I should have handled my stuff a bit differently. But again, you know, seeing that he is specs, I'm gonna switch out to Wii U-turn, you know, Wii U, and this one does U-turn on top of it all. I feel like it's a bit of a clever name, but not really. We're gonna go for the Wii create, of course, but Quagsire is gonna take it quite nicely. But now he's gonna make a very clever move here. Really acknowledge this move. He's gonna double switch, knowing that I'm gonna go for the U-turn there, knowing that I cannot really handle it 1-on-1. Plus, I don't want to risk anything crazy. He is poisoned. But this move is going to give him that team initiative, or better yet, it's going to give him the opportunity for me to stack something on my team. So right now stuff are standing pretty bad. Ditto was taken down early on. It kind of shows, you know, I don't have too many practices with Ditto. It's a Pokemon you don't switch in. It's a Pokemon you start revenge. And if stuff get a bit too greedy, you may actually get a final sweep with it. But I played my cards a bit wrong there, and now I'm in a bit of a mess. Stuff on my side are just down to the ground. I'm gonna need to play my cards correctly if I ever want to have a chance against his team, even after Toxic Spikes. Again, Swampert heavily crippled. I don't see myself really putting up the Stealth Rocks, and this is pretty bad. But now we're gonna Fire Blast, thinking that he's again gonna double switch, which is gonna force me to again have something as a Death Fodder, which would have most likely been a Swampert, predicting the Yanmega. But he actually decided to stay and go for the Curse. I guess he was predicting me to switch out to, not sure to what, but it kind of started to give me realizing that he may just run Rest. And I guess this was in his plan, to give me thinking that he's running Rest over Recover. You know, because who would have Curse? He's already poisoned and he's got Recover. So I guess he was predicting me to switch out to Heracross and thinking that, you know, he most likely has like a Seed Bomb, and I'm not even sure why he actually cursed. I mean, under poison without rest, I don't see this Cradillo really posing as a threat. If he's gonna start cursing, I can get that switch initiative and hit it hard. You know, whatever comes in, I can still sub away, and this is what I do. So I switch out to Heracross and decide to go for the sub, pretty much hitting anything inside what comes in. And Yanmega does resist the move. Yanmega does have some respectable HP, I believe, and defense, but you know, this one is actually adamant nature, and luckily I do hit the move, and Mega Horn looks badass. My god, that looks badass. I do get a crit, which I highly believe it matters. Yeah, it I'm pretty sure it matters. Getting that hit with 85% yet getting a crit, that was a pretty lucky turn on my part, especially as it was a pretty important one. You know, Sandstorm would have taken him down, but I'm pretty sure he would have still survived. Again, Yanmega does resist and does have the bulk to withstand that move at least once. But what happened. We're gonna need to sack something on my team. I feel like Swampert didn't really do much, but at least his Yanmega is down, so now we have another threat. His Porygon. If I can handle this Porygon yet still have my Roserade on top of it all, I may have a chance. If I lose my Roserade, I'm done. So he's gonna go for a Tri-Attack, do a lot to me, but I'm gonna go for a Giga Drain. I'm actually a little bit invested in special defense, and it worked perfectly, because right now as it stands, Sandstorm and Poison is gonna heavily wear him down to a point where he's gonna be taken down as I'm gonna rest. And hopefully I did not get the paralyzation, and this is great because I believe if I would have gotten the paralyzation there, Sandstorm would have hit me before the leftover support, which would have resulted in a double down, which would have been pretty bad, because again, he's got Gastro, well, he doesn't have Gastro, he's got Quagsire, he's got Regirock, he's got oh my god, I'm not pronouncing that name. You know, he's got a couple of pokes, and Roserade can single-handedly handle lots of those, or at least 2 of those. But Regirock is still a question because special defense boost from that guy is immense. Now we're gonna switch out Heracross, hoping that he's gonna start setting up on me, and this is exactly what he did. Still a questionable move. He should have just decided to attack me just because of Sandstorm. It's still gonna wear me down quite quickly, but I'm starting to think that he may run Earthquake and not much else, or maybe he was thinking that he can survive. But again, a questionable move. It worked into my favor. I'm gonna Close Combat. I do get a Moxie. This is Dream Road Heracross that can be actually catched in the actual game of Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. It's actually pretty interesting. Heracross with Moxie. That is actually a pretty good ability on it. But then again, Guts is nothing to mess around with, so I believe both of those are really nice. But now we're gonna go to Mrs. Thorn. Proceed to go for the Giga Drain because I wanna suck the living soul out of her. That's exactly what we're gonna do. She's just gonna decide to go for the Earthquake. That's gonna do a lot, more than I was expecting. But it is stab and still 100 base power. You know, you should never mess with it, even coming down from more of a wall such as Hippopotas. But a couple of stuff on his side took a couple of moves of mine pretty well. Yeah, but stuff they're looking a bit more smoother now. But he's got Ice Sponge, and I did not see that coming. I was kind of predicting more of a Drain Punch Stone Edge combination with Curse and Rest, but this is not the case, as he does take me down with that surprising move. It did kind of work into his favor. Switch out to my Heracross, and proceed to go for the Close Combat. Easily, totally dominating the Regirock. Even after him having some immense great defense, it's still not going to withstand Adamant Nature Heracross in this case, even with leftover support. He's going to decide to switch out to his Quagsire. He is heavily poisoned, which is going to wear him down. Kind of starting to think that he should have not allowed me to set up. He should have decided to lead with Porygon, which would have been a problem against Roserade if I would have missed with Sleep Powder, which I would have, pretty sure I would have gone for it. But 75 is nothing to rely on, total respect. As a lead, it tends to miss all the time for me. But for now, we're going to go for the Close Combat again. We're going to take him out. He was kind of trying to go for the Scald, and that would have most likely take me down, and I would have been forced to go to my Flygon and revenge him, which would have resulted in 1-0. But it resulted in a 2-0 score. Great match, nevertheless. Hope you guys have enjoyed as well as I've enjoyed. I'm gonna leave his link in the description. I'm pretty sure he uploads videos, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he uploads videos, so go check him out if you have any more spare time. That's gonna be all for today, fellow compadres, and until next time, peace.